Hi, my name is Seth Perler, and I help struggling students turn it around in an often baffling system. A system that wasn't designed to help meet the needs of complex, outside-the-box students. It wasn't designed to meet the needs of unconventional thinkers and learners. And I get it because I was that student and I was that teacher. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to tell you how this site can help you. First of all, who's Seth Perler for? The people that read my blog are typically parents, and I have some teachers and therapists that follow me, and I also have students that follow me. And the people that my site is designed to help are struggling students. These are the kids that are often very misunderstood. These students are often perceived as lazy or as students who aren't trying their best. These are students who are often told, you've got so much potential, you could do so much with your life if you could only pull it together. So these are the students that I seek to serve with my blog and my site. Now the truth is, and you probably know this already, is that these students are amazing. They tend to be very right-brain thinkers, the students that I work with. They tend to be very creative, global, big-picture thinkers. They have tremendous talents and tremendous strengths, tremendous gifts. They have awesome interests and passions, but oftentimes their gifts are not measured, okay? Their grades do not reflect their talents and what they're capable of doing. And the truth is also this, they do have tremendous potential if it's harnessed in the right way. And they need the right kind of support. Oftentimes, the things that we're doing aren't working for them. So, some of the things that these students struggle with is they obviously struggle with grades. They often struggle with homework. They'll struggle with tests. They often don't know how to study or don't study. They often hate planners or dislike planners or don't use planners. And they're not great with organizing their backpacks or their papers or anything like that. They're generally not good with time management or the perception of time, a realistic perception of how long things take. Sometimes they struggle with teachers. Personality conflicts with teachers can really affect these kids. They'll often struggle with focus. They're oftentimes very overwhelmed and things pile up on them. They often procrastinate, and then they resist doing what they need to do, and they avoid it, and then they deny things. And they can be very unrealistic in perceiving what's required to accomplish what they need to accomplish. They're generally not very good with the details, and they're generally not great with starting or follow through. So they really struggle with a lot of these types of things. And fortunately, there are solutions. The fact is that all of these students have one thing in common. It's tremendously helpful to know this. And when I came upon this a few years ago, it was just such a light bulb went off in my head that, wow, this is cool that we can narrow it down to one thing. Now it's a big thing, but it's one thing. So the solutions all have to do with dealing with executive function. And if you don't know what executive function is, don't worry about that. My site explains all sorts of things to help these students who struggle with this. But basically, any of the struggles that I mentioned a few moments ago all have to do with executive function in one way or another. And that's the ability of the human brain to execute tasks, particularly tasks that they don't want to do or that you don't want to do. Now, it takes executive function to accomplish any task, but when we're dealing with these school struggles, we're dealing with how do we help a human being to be able to do what needs to be done when they don't want to, when that resistance is there. So that's what a lot of all my work is about. And finally, the solutions that I offer you on my site are not cookie cutter solutions. These are outside the box thinkers. They're unconventional learners, okay? They don't do well with cookie cutter solutions, like a lot of pull-out programs, a lot of tutors, and a lot of things that are generally awesome, like things that can be very helpful, but they need a different approach. They need to be seen as people who do have legitimate different needs, not as kids who are lazy or who aren't trying or who just aren't meeting their potential and they just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. So, if this is interesting to you, if you would like to learn more about how to help these students, sign up on my site, and I'll send you my Student Success Toolkit, which is a series of videos. It's basically a mini course that'll break down 5 specific things that you can do this week to help your student. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, or the student, these are 5 things that can actually help you, actionable things that you can use. And every single week, I put out a new blog. And I'll send that to you via email. If it's of interest to you, you can check it out. If not, you can check it out the following week. But I put out stuff with very specific solutions that I actually use in my coaching practice to help students. So these are outside the box things that work. Anyhow, I hope you are having an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.